Good afternoon, this is Arkeya Deshpande, and you are watching Grapevine News. Today we'll be interviewing the Ayn Rand party candidate, Ayn Rand. How are you doing, Ms. Rand?
Very well. Our party also likes to be called the Laissez-faire Economics Libertarian Party of BC.
I'll keep that in mind. Let's start off by getting a short summary of your party's platform. Should we be expecting many changes to your policies compared to the last election?
Well, last election, we were in the running for the position of world leader. However, due to budget cuts, we scaled down to the province of British Columbia. Though we still have a lot of support from American politicians such as Jeb Bush.
In 2013, the main issue was the economy and unemployment. Currently, the number one issue in BC is the housing crisis. What will your party do?
A large part of the factors that caused the economic crisis was the amount of stringent regulation upon corporations. Without these regulations in a free market economy, the invisible hand of the market will guide the economy towards the correct direction. Otherwise, influences from regulation stops the nature of the economy from proceeding as it should be. Therefore, our goal as our platform as the Ayn Rand Party is to lower regulation on any businesses operating in the BC area and to allow more entrepreneurs to develop their businesses in BC. In terms of the housing crisis, though the prices of housing have greatly increased, it is not the duty of the government, or even in the domain of the government, to regulate the private lives of our citizens.
BC's unemployment rate is pretty low compared to the rest of Canada, but the cost of living in BC is extremely high and our minimum wage is relatively low. Just starting recently, the minimum wage will rise by 40 cents. Will it continue to rise, or will there be other ways to solve this problem?
I don't believe in minimum wage.
Okay then. Moving on. Despite our healthcare system being a public system, it's well known that those who have the money will be able to jump the queues and get treated first, creating a two-tiered system. How will your party handle the issue surrounding healthcare in BC?
The problem with our current system of healthcare is in its two-tiered nature. Our party will strive towards a one-tier system in which all public healthcare is abolished. Privately paid for healthcare is of much greater quality than public healthcare, and public health care encourages a welfare state in which the government takes responsibility for the private lives of the citizens. The citizens of BC do not need to rely on handouts to survive. While the economy thrives, while corporations thrive, the common people will as well.
BC has been an environmental leader in the climate change front. What plans do you have regarding climate change?
Our current climate change is not enough to necessitate regulations dictating the ways of private citizens and corporations. The main responsibility of the government is not to regulate such things as climate change, because that would be interfering with the lives of such private citizens. But our role is to maintain such services as criminal courts and police officers to maintain the safety of our state.
Since the elimination of the provincial exam and the implementation of the new curriculum, education has been a big discussion. What do you have planned?
Education is best obtained in a private circumstance. For example, such prestigious private schools as St. George's.
Other than changes to the curriculum, schools' budgets have been severely cut, leading to the decision to close schools down entirely. Furthermore, funding for many programs have been reduced greatly, leading to many schools to turn to parents for funding. What will your party do?
Rationally, keeping up the funding of public school systems is only detrimental to the province of BC. With closure of more public schools, this will encourage and galvanize private schools to work harder and to create better schooling for their new students. We don't intend on doing anything about the public school closures. We're just going to close them.
The number of deaths linked to fentanyl has raised by almost 380 people since 2012. What will your party do to fight the crisis?
It is the right of each private citizen to consume narcotic drugs, such as fentanyl. However, we will encourage the education and cognizance of the existence of fentanyl, which in some situations can be dangerous. I believe every citizen has the right to enjoy such mind-altering drugs. For example, a friend of mine consumed amphetamines habitually since the 40s.
Recently, a decision has been made to create a new department. What are your plans for the studio department?
I wish to foster an environment of independence in the studio program. The studio program has long been a program in which every single person's needs have been considered. For greatest productivity, the program should allow the elite to rise to the top and have most power, while the more common members of the program may serve the greater good by aiding these proven elite members of the program.
What do you think of your opponents in this election? How about your chance of winning?
I think the Ayn Rand party has the highest chance of winning among the three parties running in the BC election. The New Democratic Party is but a flagrant imitation, a pale imitation of the socialist parties that have rotted the core of society since Karl Marx was born. The New Democratic Party believes in a government in which under which the people rely on handouts, in which corporations and the economy have no space to thrive. Though the Liberal Party's agenda fits more into the economic stance of our party, we believe that they do not go far enough. They are limited by their ideas of what the duties of the government are, and they are limited by the belief that they are not serving the people, that the people are serving them.
We live and play on the lands of Canadian Aboriginals, but not all of the land is rightfully ours. In return, the Aboriginals receive government funding. We have a deep history together, so should we raise their funds, or does money not solve the problems at all?
The natives of the Americas were nomadic people. They wasted the resources of the land. They did not utilize the land. They did not own the land as private property. They had no right to the land. The obviously technologically superior and more sophisticated Europeans took the land and used the land to its full potential. Under the natives, the lands of British Columbia were wasted. It is the idea of the Ayn Rand party that handouts and support shall no longer be given to the Aboriginal peoples of Canada.
As we've seen with some of your responses to your questions, some of your ideologies about common issues are particularly different to other candidates we've spoken to. Do you think the people of BC will be accepting to your thoughts compared to your rivals?
The ideologies of the other parties are only more accepted by citizens of BC, according to the trends of the previous elections, due to the fact that they follow a series of conventions the society imposes on the individual to lock and not allow them to transcend beyond its boundaries. Once the citizens of BC realize that the Ayn Rand Party's rationalist method allows them the greatest potential for the elite of them to show their skills and develop their individual vision, then the people of BC will accept the Ayn Rand Party, and this will be soon.
All right, that is all the time we have for today. Ms. Rand, I had a great time and it was a pleasure to meet you. I hope for all the best in the coming election, and yeah, this has been The Grapevine. My name's Arkeya Deshpande. Once again, this has been Ms. Rand. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.